Hey art friends, welcome to today's how-to. Today we'll be learning how to draw a romance soda pop can. So first we're going to get started at the top, and on the top left we're going to curve this line around and then through towards the right. We're going to line that up on the top now, curving this around, and then we're going to bring that back down on the right. Now from here in the center we're going to draw in a nice big sideways oval. On the top right, let's draw in a circle. And then over on the left, we're going to draw in another sideways oval, just making that smaller. Now from here on both sides, we're just going to curve this line up towards the top. And then now from here, let's close this off on the bottom. So we're going to draw in another curved line from left to right. And then we're going to move up on the top and just replicate that, arching this line around and then down on the side. Now from here, let's close off the can. So on the corner, we're going to curve this line out. We're going to do the same thing on the right, bringing that over. Now on the left-hand side, we're going to draw in a straight line that comes all the way down towards the bottom of our page. And then we're going to do the same thing on the right-hand side, bringing this all the way through. And we're just going to end that at the same height. Now from here, let's close off the bottom. So we're going to draw in another curved line, bringing this all the way around and through towards the side. Let's step down, let's curve this line around, and we're going to bring this over and up towards the right. Let's move in towards the top now. We're going to draw in the letter S. So we're going to do this in bubble writing. Let's come across and we're going to draw in a circle for the letter O, and we're going to draw this so it comes up on a diagonal towards the top right. Let's move in towards the middle, drawing in a smaller circle inside the O. Let's draw in the letter D, so we're going to curve this line around and over, stepping up, arching this up, and then connecting that down on the bottom. Over on the left-hand side now, we're going to draw in another circle. Let's move across for the A, stepping up. We're going to curve this line around and through towards the side. And then we're going to start from that corner, curving this back, around, and then up on the right. Now in the center, let's draw in another circle. Let's come down and draw in the letter P right beside the O. So we're going to come down, curving this line around and through. And then from the top portion here, we're just going to arch this back, around, and then in on the bottom. In the center now, we're just going to draw in a capital letter D. Let's move over. We're going to draw in another circle for the O. And then again in the center, we're just going to draw in another circle. Let's draw in our last letter P now. So coming up on a diagonal, we're going to curve this up, around, and back in. And then from here, we're just going to connect this together by arching that around and then back up. Let's start in the middle. We're going to draw in another capital letter D in the center. Let's box in around the writing now. So on the left-hand side, we're going to curve this around and down. From that corner, we're going to arch this over and through. Let's step in, curving this up and across. And then from that corner again, curving this around and then down. From that corner again, we're going to arch this around and through towards the bottom. Let's step over. We're going to curve this around the side of our letter P. From the corner again, we're going to curve this around and then back up. We're going to follow this through, curving this around past the letter O. And then we're going to arch this line out, dropping down, moving up. Now on the side, from that corner, we're going to curve this around and in. And then from that point, we're just going to curve this back, around, and then down in the corner. Now let's draw in romance. So we're going to come down for the center of the hair, and we're just going to curve this line down. Let's draw in the bank. So from the point here, we're going to curve this around and then bringing that back up from that corner. And then let's flip over on the left-hand side, and we're just going to replicate that, curving this around and then back through towards the top left. Let's start back from the center again. We're going to curve this around past our line on the outside. And then from that point, we're just going to curve this over and through towards the top. And then we'll flip across and replicate that on the left-hand side. Let's close off the rest of the hair up above. So on the left-hand side, we're going to curve this line up, down, and out. And then from that point, we're just going to curve this back, around, and in towards the side. On the right-hand side now, let's just draw in our ear. So we're going to curve this around and through. And then we're going to close off the hair behind, moving up, and we're going to arch this around and in towards the ear. And then we're going to move in between the P and the O and just curve that across, closing off the top of the hair. Let's move in behind. From that point, let's curve this line across. We're going to do the same on the left, arching that completely over. Now let's draw on the hearts on the eyes. So we're going to curve this line down towards the middle. From that point, we're going to arch this around and back down towards the center. And then now from here, from that point, we're just going to curve this back around and in towards the bangs. Now from here, we're going to step across, leaving a gap, and we're going to again curve this line around and then down towards that point. And then from the center again, curving this line up and over. Let's start from the point on the bottom, curving this around and through towards our bangs. Now from here, we're going to connect this in the middle with two curved lines, one on the top and then one on the bottom. Let's move up for the eyebrows. We're going to start from that point, curving this around and then back down. And then we're going to step over on the left and just replicate that. Now from here on the side, we're going to arch this around and through towards that top corner. Let's draw on the ear on the left. So we're just going to curve this up towards our hair. For the nose, let's arch this line around and through. And now let's draw on the mouth. So we're going to draw on a curved line from left to right. We're going to arch this from left to right, so bringing this all the way around and through. Let's draw on the teeth on the top. We're going to curve this line over and across towards the right. And then for the tongue, we're just going to curve this up and then back down on the side. Let's add in some details on the ears. So on the right hand side, we're going to curve this line over, stepping down, arching that around, back in. Now let's come down and draw in the word romance for his name. So we're going to start over on the left hand side, drawing in the letter R. And again, we're going to do this in bubble writing. Let's draw in a capital letter D right in the center. Let's move across, drawing in a circle for the letter O. And then right in the middle, we're going to replicate that again. Let's come across and draw on the letter M. So we're going to curve this around, down, back up. Now from here on the side, curving this around and in. And then we're going to do the same thing from the center, curving this around and then back down on the right. Now from here, we're going to arch this line up, down, up, back down, and then over towards the right-hand side. Now let's draw on the letter A. We're going to move over, curving this around and through. And then from the top, just arching this down and then back in the corner. And then we're just going to draw in a small circle to the left. Let's draw on the letter N. So again, we're going to curve this line up and down, bringing this up, around, through, connecting that together, back on the top. Let's draw in the letter C. So again, moving over on the side, we're going to draw in a C. And then we're going to connect this together by drawing in another C, just connecting that, curving this around, bringing that through, and then back together on the bottom. Let's come up and draw on the letter E now. So we're going to bring this line out, curving this around, bringing this through, and then back up towards the top. And then on the top, we're just going to draw in a straight line across, arching that around, and then down on the right. Let's block in around the name like we did on top. So we're going to start in the center here, curving this up, around and down. We're going to curve this past our letter O. We're going to follow the shape of the letter M. Let's do the same thing for our letter A. Again, moving over for the letter N. Do the same thing for C, and then curving this around and in for E. Let's do the same thing on the bottom. So we're just going to follow the shape, curving this out as we come all the way over towards the side. Now let's move down, curving this around for the bottom of the letter C. And then again, as we move around, arching that over and in for the letter E. Let's move up for the neck. We're going to curve this around and down, and then from that point, curving this through and up on the side. Now from here on the left-hand side, we're going to curve this out, bringing that down, and then we're going to do the same thing on the right, curving this down and then arching that in. From here for the shoulder, let's curve this through. We're going to do the same thing on the left-hand side. Now let's draw in the earrings. So on the top, we're going to draw in a small circle. We're going to do the same as we move over on the left-hand corner. Now from here, we're going to draw in a small teardrop shape for the bottom of the earring, bringing that through. Now let's close off the hair on the back. So we're going to curve this line out, bringing that back in. From that point, we're going to again curve this out, bringing that back through. And then again, we're just going to bring this down towards the letter C. Let's move over. On the left-hand side, we're going to curve this out, bringing that back in. And then again, one more time, just curving this out from that point, bringing that back in. Let's draw in a heart now. So moving over on the right-hand side, we're going to curve this around and through. And then again, starting from that point, we're just going to curve this back around and in. Let's move over. On the left-hand side, arching this around and down towards the center. And then from the center again, curving this around and through towards the middle. Let's move up and draw in a star. So we're going to arch this line up for the top point, bringing that down. Let's come over on both sides, curving this around and in. Let's start on the corner again, coming out on a diagonal, bringing that up towards the center. And then we're going to do the same thing from the center, bringing that around and through towards the right. Let's just box this in like we did for our writing. So just following the shape of the star we've drawn. Connecting that together. And that is it. That's how you draw a romance Saja soda pop can. You can pause the video and color it the way that I have done, or you can change your colors up if you'd like. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, and also drop a comment below suggesting any more characters that you'd love to learn to draw next. Thank you so much for joining me on today's tutorial, and I will see you all on the next one.